Why dance is our topic for today, and I wanted to talk about this because I spend a large portion of my time trying to convince men of why they should dance. And I think deep down they want to, but they never really truly know the reason why. And I've talked about why I got into dancing, and I got in to meet girls, and story goes on. But one of the biggest things that made me stay with dancing was that I started teaching right away after I started actually learning to dance. And I'd been teaching for quite a few months, and I've had two very relevant experiences. But one of my biggest in regards to a couple was that I used to teach this couple, and he was a very bikey looking sort of guy, and his wife was a little bit crazy but really, really nice. And they used to come in once a week for their lessons. And anyways, he came in one week, and at this point I'd been teaching him for about 2 or 3 months, and he said to me that all the guys on his ice hockey team found out that he'd been doing ballroom and Latin dance classes with his wife. And I remember sitting there asking him how it went, and it was one of the most memorable experiences I've ever had, because he said, I walked into the locker room and all the guys on the hockey team were, dancing around and calling him a pansy and everything else. And he said, I stood there in front of my entire hockey team and I said, when was the last time you spent 45 minutes in your wife's arms? And it was that realization. And like I said in previous videos, I'm a bit of a crier, and I was in tears. And that was a huge eye-opener for me. I started to realize what this industry actually means to people and what dancing actually means to people. And I don't necessarily mean that you have to dance to spend time with your partner. You have to dance to spend time with your husband, wife, whatever it may be. But I do definitely think there's something to be said about doing stuff together. Now, I think in our everyday lives, we don't necessarily take time for these sorts of things. I think that, it's usually we come home after work or whatever, we sit down, we watch TV, and we don't often spend that time with our partner that's truly genuine time. And this is what survives a relationship. And I think men, in some sense I'm speaking to you here, yes, at first that dancing might not be the thing that you really want to do. But when you truly understand what you're getting from it, and I've said that before in other videos, is that people don't learn to dance for dancing. They come here for the benefits that the dancing actually provides. And there's so many things you can do together, whether it's dancing, cooking classes, even just going for a walk and talking about your day. If those fundamental things aren't met within a relationship, as men, as women, as whoever, the relationship is never going to truly survive. And it may survive, but only on the surface. And the amount of people that I've seen in the last, however long I've been dancing for, in couples that have said, dancing has improved our communication skills, dancing has improved our sex life, dancing has improved so many things. And it's not the dancing. I can guarantee you it's not the dancing, because in some sense the dancing is the frustrating part, but it's actually that opportunity to do something together. So, if I can do anything from these videos, and I've talked about that also, is that I want people to not only, get a realization to things we can do within our relationships, within communication and otherwise, but also just getting out there and doing things together. I think that's probably one of the most important aspects of anything, is that if you can spend an hour with your partner, even if it's just sitting talking about nothing, then the strength of your relationship can only grow.